we 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 switch to chapter 12. We switched to chapter 12. Chapter 12. We will finish chapter 12. We will finish chapter 12 today. What's the title? The title I don't remember well. Describing distribution with describing distribution with number. Describing distributions with a number. And we talked about mean. Mean and variance. Variance, standard deviation. Standard deviation. Mean is very natural. Everybody can understand. It's just the average. It's the average. For example, if we want to find out how expensive the housing, it is in an area. How do we do it? So we go to visit every house. What's the price for that house? What's the price for, let's say, this is 100,000, okay, 100K. Another one is 150K. Another one is 50K, the house. Let me give another one. Give another two, and 75K, and 80K. We look at the 5 houses, and on this street, 5 houses. Then we calculate their average, their mean. How do we calculate? How do we get mean? How do we get mean? We add them up, right? We add them up and divide it by 5. Let's add. This is 150 plus 50 is a 200. 300. 300, this is a 175. So it's 475 K. Okay. 475 K. And what's the number? 95K. 95K. This is mean. This is mean. Yes? Is wrong? 30. Oh, 谢谢。This is the mean. Everybody following me? Yes. This is this is the average housing on that street. However, there's one problem with us. So we say, oh, on this street, the average housing is 91,000. Is 91,000. And there's a disadvantage for this, which is chapter 12, the median. Median. What's the disadvantage? And let's say the Bill Gates. You know Bill Gates? And he likes this street. He moves in. He moved in. And he remodeled his house. And this becomes 1,500K, his house. Okay. Now what's the average? Now what's the mean? What's the mean? I write down the formula. 100 plus 1,500 plus 50 plus 75 plus 80 divided by what? 5. And what's the number? 361. You tell me. What's the number? 361. 12? 361. Oh, 361K. Now, all of a sudden, the average on that street is 361,000 per house. And you think, wow, this is strange. Let's say this is your house. And this all of a sudden, just because Bill Gates moved in, our house no change. Our house no change. Only this house changed. And now the average is from 91K becomes 361K. Becomes 361K. So this is the problem for the mean. This is the problem for the mean. That by some number extremely large, or extremely small. Let's say one house, for some reason, the price dropped, dramatically dropped. Originally 150. Let's say this house becomes a 5,000 for some reason. Maybe it was burned down. Then the average, the mean, was dramatically affected. So, how do we overcome this problem? Because you feel this is not fair. The average house on my street, is 361. Actually, most of this number comes from Bill Gates. So the median is different from mean for the same purpose, but it is different. What is a median? We sort the number. 50 lowest, okay? And what's the second largest? 75. What's the third largest? 80. What's next? What's it? 100. And this one. That's the originally was this one, okay? That's the original was this one. So the median is you sort, okay? And we find the middle number. Where is the middle number? Don't look at my arrow. 80. Okay? So, the median, if this can write, it's not red enough. Median, this is on your book. Everything I'm teaching from your book. Median is the middle number. For this case, it's 80. This means the equal number smaller, the equal number houses cheaper than 80K, and there are also equal number more expensive than 80K. Okay? They are the same number. For this 361, okay, we leave it for 1 second. Now, Bill Gates moved in. Okay? He rebuilt his house. And this number becomes this. What's a median? No change. Still the two houses cheaper than 80. Two houses more expensive than that. It's still 80. Got it? So, in this situation, do you think a mean is better to tell the story about, or is a medium better? In this scenario, medium is better. Also, let's say this is a salary, it's people's salary. Computer program is a salary. And we want to calculate the computer programmer, accountants, and what's the other? The construction people. We want to compare in different fields the salary. How do that go? And we randomly selected 5. 5 is too small, okay? I use it for teaching because I'm lazy. I don't want to write 1,000 number here, okay? Otherwise, we will not move on. We randomly selected the 5 people, and this is their salary. And we calculate their mean. So this is the average salary for computer programming. Then we ask another 5 accountants what the salary. Now, some days, one of you is very, very successful, and your salary is like that. Your salary is like that. So on the average, there was a computer program's salary is this much. Wow! That will be misleading. Make people think, oh, so my salary will be more or less this number. That's misleading. Because there's a number. Right? This number makes the average large. And makes people wondering, I may not make this much, but I think I will make 300, or maybe even 400K. But most of people are making like 80 or 100K. So if we use the median, sorry, I cannot hear you. The echo in the room is a lot.
There are 6 numbers.
If we have a 6 numbers.
Here? Which one is the 600? Oh, okay. Good question. So I purposely, this is a 5, it's odd. It's an odd number. So this someone is a middle. So you say if 6 people or 6 houses, if it's 6 houses, let's back to this normal thing. Bill Gates is not here, okay? So let's say here is one. How much do you want to make? 90K. Okay. 90K. In my notebook, I use this a lot too, so I know. Okay. So we sorting these 6 numbers. We sorting these 6 numbers. So 50 is still smallest. 75 second, 80 and 90. Okay, I like my board better than electronics. These days, people do all this in Excel. I'm not teaching Excel too much. Okay, we still tradition. 90, 100, 150. Random sampling. If I'm purchasing, I will throw everything out. All these fails. Oh, this one works. So this is an odd, it's an even number. So you say, so where's the arrow? Where's the arrow? So now you do the average. 85. Okay? You average is the two numbers. $85. It's on chapter 12. Okay? Very good question. It's on chapter 12. Okay? We should read it after the class. So again, if some of a lucky student, his salary is this much, for computer program is still 85K. It's still 85K. In summary, mean, people use it, actually, to be honest, if you want to look at some housing price, particularly for housing, they listed, if you want to check how expensive in New York, the housing, they give out is a median number. Because in New York, some millionaires, their house is very, very expensive. And the middle class, to add them all together, the millionaire's house, to add other people's, the average, that is misleading. So for housing, as far as I know, most times they give out is the median. That means for here, three numbers lower than that, three numbers lower than that, three numbers higher than that, three numbers higher than that. So just for describing some numbers that you know is tricky, is a mean or median. For the exam score, for example, if I want to, we always do calculate the average score of the final exams. And we're still using the mean. Can anybody find this? Is that on? to find out the mean, to find out the median. You can use to find out all these. And okay, and I erase now. I turned it off, but why is it still? Why is? Turn it off. Oh, okay, now please take out, I need you to do the calculation for this. I designed a little bit numbers for you to calculate by hand, okay? And so this will be to make you really know. So this number, I have the 7 numbers here. You need to calculate the mean. You need to calculate the whole thing. Still remember what is the variance? Still remember? You are more than welcome to open chapter 12, the book, while you are doing this. This will be a question, similar question in final exam. Okay, calculate the 4 things. Calculate the 4 things. Okay, everybody do it. Write down this. This is the first number. This will mean the first number, okay? The real number is this number, not this, okay? First number is this, the second number. What is the mean? Maybe you should do this order. Mean, the median, and the standard deviation. Okay, we can start.